Okay, so I am just going to show you the scene here. Kind of following on from talking about Unreal earlier for rendering, I just thought it'd be useful to give you a bit of a look here. So, this is the scene. It's a straightforward kind of walk cycle, moving around a Japanese street. So if I just a bit of a zoom out here and I'll kind of show you around the actual scene itself. So you can see there's a load of buildings. I've got rid of all this business here, all this junk, because the camera's not going to be pointing in that direction, and so we don't want to obviously sort of alter the rendering speeds through stuff that isn't going to be seen in the camera. So that's kind of like the general setup. You can see there's probably 427 actors, so there's quite a bit of stuff in here. So aside from all of the sort of scene that's built, there's the girl herself. So she's a Alembic Cache that came in from Maya, pretty straightforward import. And there's a few lights that I put in, so let's just have a look at those. F setters like here, and here, and one down here, and then there's the big light setting, and that sort of controls the majority of the sort of sunset feel, and I'll show you a little bit of a sort of moving that around in a minute. So if I go into the camera view, so you can see there's a camera here. Let's find the camera just there, and if I go into the actual camera here, you'll see this sort of setup for it. And so if I now, let's just make this a little bit smaller, and I'll show you the way you sort of view it all through. So this is the sequencer, and it allows you to keyframe various aspects, a bit like the Maya sort of graph editor. So you can see here we've got the camera, and it's keyframed on transform, so location is keyframed as it sort of moves and tracks the girl, follows the girl. And the actual girl herself, she sort of there's a little bit of keyframing here as she drops down into the pavement. So really not much, you know, it's a straightforward static horizontal walk in Maya, and then just moved it a little bit to adjust to the pavements. And handily put a few objects in the way of her feet at various points, because it's, you know, kind of quite difficult to make it look convincing. So if I sort of scrub through here, you will see the camera follows her through like so, and so you got this nice Vespa scooter there, and then she drops down there and just goes across, and the camera's kind of like quite nicely composed there, and then it's going to fade out. So you can see here, you know, it's really lovely ability to be able to see the scene in real time, all lights, all colours, you know, able to manipulate your way around it. You know, you can really kind of like get a good handle on, oh, just get my pen, what it's going to look like from different angles, etc, etc. You know, if you wanted to, you know, get a series of other objects in here, and kind of, actually, you can see down here I've got a problem whereby that looks like it's been deleted, so let's just Control W and duplicate that. The scene has been messed around a little bit because of when I was deleting out various things. I've obviously got a little bit too carried away. Let's do another one there. Bring that down. And looks like we need one more. Okay, so I think that's going to fix that. So let's go into here and I'll show you how to render it out, and it's super quick. Right, so if I kind of go to the beginning of the scene, you'll see the speed of it. It's got, yeah, it's going to finish about there, basically. So what's that? 330 frames. So it's about 15 seconds, something like that. 10 seconds, 240. Yeah, about 50 seconds. Okay, so if I now go to Actually, let me just show you one more thing. The camera is set up so that it focuses on the girl as she walks. So if I go onto the camera here, and here it's got a manual focus setting which has been keyframed through. So basically, it's a lovely process. I really like this bit. So if you just go on to draw, dip the plane here, and then let's go to the beginning of the scene. So I can either click here and click on the object that I wanted to focus on, and I think that's not quite right, I want to actually bring it forwards a little bit. I can just bring that forwards and then click keyframe like so, and then it will be in the right position. And so you can see as the keyframes kind of like follow through here, I've done it at various points so that the camera and the focus stays on her like so. So let's turn that off, and now I'm going to render it out. So I've got the camera in here and it's connected to the cuts, which is the scene. So let's go render, and I've got a JPEG sequence. You see the resolution is quite big. You know, it's 3840 by 2160, and a nice big image that's coming out here. So I'm going to render out 0 to 600 just because that's the length of the actual piece itself. And let's go capture movie, and it's going to ask me to save, so I just say yes, let's save everything. And I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay, so it was going through, you can see it was going through. So if I'm now going to open capture folder, bring that across, and you'll see them all dropping in here. So it's already about halfway through. So if I double click on one of these, and bring that across, you'll see the level of detail here. Okay, there we go. So that's just, you know, one of the frames that's just spat out. Really lovely. You know, the speed at which it captures all the textures and the detail and the lighting, etc., etc. Really speedy. Just what we want. Where are we? Okay, so it's nearly done. So I'm just going to open up Photoshop and stitch it together. There's a bunch of stuff here that I don't need, obviously, but you know, that'll be sort of edited out when I go into a bit of post-production in After Effects. So I'm just going to show you how to very quickly whack it through Photoshop, stitch them all together. Ooh, not responding. That's annoying. Let me just pause it. Okay, so let's bring Photoshop in here now. So create new, and I want a film and video HDTV 1080 document. Just maximize that up and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so if I go to File, Open, and there we go, it's in here. Okay, so choose the first one and go to image sequence. So this is all my renders, obviously. 24 frames per second, which is what it is. And there we go. Now it's going to be a bit laggy here because there's a lot of frames in here. Okay, so there you go. So you get a good sense of it. And obviously we can put some adjustment layers in here now and sort that out. So to render it out, you can just go File, Export, Render Video. And I want that one there, which is MP4. Looks fine. Let's just call it Japan Walk. There we go. That'll blast all that out, hopefully pretty quickly. So while that's doing that, let's just try and move this across, and I'll see if I can show you the lighting. Let's just get rid of the sequencer. Okay, so in terms of the lighting, let's get rid of that. And so, what I was sort of trying to explain earlier was the ease at which you can adjust things and sort of see it all in real time. So if I take the main lighting, which is a kind of rig lighting setup, go to that, and then just go to it. Actually, I don't need to go to it particularly. Okay, so if I take this, and you can see, instantly, really elegantly, moves and lighting around the scene and just changing it in real time. So you can really play around with these things. Let's just get it here and see if I can. There you go. And obviously we can change the intensity. Really, you can bring new lights into it. So let's bring in spotlight. Put that in. There you go. So you can see the way it sort of flashes throughout the scene. Fabulously intuitive. You can really go to town on enjoying sort of creating these environments here. These are all set up with movable lights, so it all reacts in real time. Really, really elegant. And then you need to build your lighting, and building lighting frankly takes quite a while with high quality settings. But once when you're doing it like this, you don't have to render each individual file like you do in Maya to be able to see what it's going to be looking like. So although the setup might be a little bit long-winded, the natural intuitive creativity I think is all there. It works like an absolute dream ticket. Okay, there we go.